So it's been a while since I made one of these episodes. 6 months to be exact, and I have a good reason. Don't worry. And this is kind of what this little beginning bit here is for: is to explain why it's taken me 6 months to release episode two. So to make a very long story short, I recorded episode one back in October, but didn't post it till December, cause time. I had a bunch of footage that I didn't use, that I was gonna use for episode 2, and even some new footage that I recorded after like a month or two. But, that footage just kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I accidentally deleted it or if like a Microsoft update did something. I honest to God don't know what happened, and it's just kind of, demotivate. It demotivated me for a while. And then about a week ago, not a week ago, like a few days ago, as I'm recording this, I finally got to TNT, like, hey, it's been a while since we recorded. Let's finally get episode 2 done and over with. I'll put an ad lib to explain why it's taking so long. But then the map also disappeared. The fucking map disappeared. Okay, so I do use a free service, so I guess it just deleted it after some point. I never downloaded the map because I didn't know what would happen. So the map just kind of went bye-bye. But we started a new map, and that's kind of what this footage is for. I'm actually playing some of it in the background as I'm going over this because I forgot to turn on my audio for the first part. But yeah, that's kind of what this is about. We're starting a new map. We already went through all the finding the new location, yada yada yada, but with that out of the way, here is episode 2 of Lover Survival. I hope to never have to do any of these ad-libs ever again. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy before I continue recording. Yeah. So we
That
should
would have
be
been a
good.
disaster.
I would have cried.
And I would have hugged you if I had the chance to help try to make you feel better. Because if people start crying, I'll start crying, and then I'll never be able to live with myself.
There's also sheep that I'm gonna kill for food.
I got a whole stack of iron ore.
That should be good iron-wise for now. How much cobblestone do you have? Because if you have at least like 2 stacks, that should be a good start.
With the durability on my pickaxes, I'll have more than enough.
But how much do you have right now?
24, because I just started doing it right now.
Do you have any coal?
37 coal.
Alright, just focus on cobblestone then for now.
Okay.
Because most of the build requires it.
True. There are Carlite. Oh! Well, I'll be damned.
What?
This cave has a mine shaft.
Nice. Mark it if you have, fossil maps on. So we can go back to it later. Alrighty, so I think the plan... How much... Here, can you give me the coal that you have?
Also, I just put it in there.
I need a small favor also.
Your favor?
No. I meant cobble. I need all the cobble that you have. My mistake. Also, can you quickly move the furnace and chests over to where our beds are at? Because I'm probably going to be using most of this area for what I have in mind.
That sounds good. It'll take us a few seconds, but alright.
How do I make a stone cutter? I can't remember. A lot of pigs in this direction, which is good.
Could call it the Bay of Pigs.
Boy, don't test me. I'm just kidding. I didn't understand that reference, to be honest.
Some people may say it's a Technoblade reference.
Oh, I don't.
But I was more referencing the fact that there's just pigs right by a lake or a large mass of water,
I'm gonna turn keep inventory on.
just in case if we make an oopsie.
Yeah.
Which is bound to happen eventually at some point. This is what happens when you take an ethics class. Like your mind starts acting too professional. I don't know how to loosen myself. They put it in a way I'm always like
Oh, I
stuck
see
up.
ya. I'm back.
I don't see you. Where are you? Ow.
Alright, let's sleep through the night. Or what's left of it, I should say.
Do I do I have your consent to sleep next to you?
Yes! Oh my god! Yes. You're
I'm
making
kidding.
you're making the joke stale at this point, my guy.
Hello, hi, how are you? All right. I know.
Okay, that should
I
be
know.
good for now. Okay. I think. I'm gonna need more, those, aren't I? So how's your, week been? Few weeks, I should say.
I could say has been a bit busy because I'm just trying to get assignments done before next week, and I was able to get permission to handle the last few major assignments before everyone else. Fortunately,
Uh,
I will admit it has not been fun because I always get worried that I'll mess up on assignments, especially if I rush it because I have limited time. Even though I'm probably worrying about nothing.
I feel like that's most people, though.
Fair enough.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, everybody's different usually. Like
Right.
usually when there's multiple assignments, I overthink it more than I really should.
Can it not do that when I don't want it to, please?
But at least on the bright side of things, I'm passing the class.
Yeah, it's better than most freshman college students. That's
True.
for damn sure. I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not in college at the moment.
Yeah. I
Maybe.
guess my
Maybe.
mindset for college has always been kind of like just do what you do in high school and, do your best with what you have. And I could name something else here that's also really beautiful and well done. It starts with an I.
Yep.
And I'd be 100% honest when I say it. She even has her own Twitch and YouTube channel, which you should probably subscribe to.
I can agree with that second part.
Oh yeah, you gotta click on that bell.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Click on that bell. Like
Only like 98.9% of you are
over 89.9% of my viewers don't like and subscribe.
to my
Oh, how does it
video.
go again?
I don't know.
I don't know how it goes either. I just like mocking it.
Over 98.9% of you watching aren't subscribed. There, that's how it went, I think.
Oh yeah. That's how it went.
I
Oh, look at dog.
need more cobble and stone. I need more stone. Ah!
Oh man. All right. Looks
Alright.
like I got to do kill two birds with one stone.
I need a Snickers. I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
Oh shoot! When Izzy's not herself when she's hungry, oh man, that she turns into Gordon Izzy, or even worse, the main protagonist Izzy.
No, she turns into Astrid Fox when she's hungry.
Izzy turns into Astrid Fox when she's hungry. We all know what happens when she's hungry.
We all know what happens when Astrid Fox pops her head in anywhere she goes. That's the secret
Definitely.
to the anime protagonist abilities.
Oh, definitely. One of these days you just sneezed and like, boom, new ability.
I sneezed. I literally sneezed one time, and all of a
Exactly, but now
sudden,
you know. You literally have the ability to kill gods now. Just boom, just right there. You don't even. You
I
can even use.
remember. I remember. Viking try. I guess Viking has like had like a calming aura ability or something.
Yeah,
I,
I
I don't
remember.
I don't fully understand what his ability was, but like he had some type of ability, and he tried using it on me. I almost accidentally killed him.
Good times.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember that
And then
time. You
Tornado,
also.
he tried to kill me. Same situation. I almost
And
accidentally.
his chest plate quite literally gets dented and damaged in the process of trying to do this, which is probably not the smartest idea.
Which wasn't even my intention. I didn't even know what was happening. I was just like, okay, we're doing this now. Okay, let's see where this goes. Oh my god, I almost killed two people. Like that was
And
genuinely
then
my reaction the whole
and then there were
time.
and not just that, and then there was just me who like had to wait a million years for a new ability while you were getting yours left and right.
I'll never understand that. It was funny. I'll just never understand why.
Thank goodness Tobias was friends with Astrid, at least in a friendly, mutual way. We both agreed that what was going on was stupid. But I
Honestly
guess
though, like had I come honestly though, like I did almost side with Urag in the end. Not
yeah,
because not because I wanted to, but just more like I thought about it, and realistically, Astrid's viewpoints are slowly aligning more and more with Urag's. Where it got to the
exactly.
point where like she didn't agree with how he was going about it,
But
but
how he did it,
in terms of like the on paper like philosophy, she
yes,
did agree with it.
yeah.
So like she could have been swayed.
I actually was given the same option as well. By the way, by River. Most people didn't know this, but the day that I gave the Eldritch Amulet you know, to Frosty Boy, and he gets killed by my hands by accident, unquote.
Accidentally
Theoretically,
murdered to
meaning,
death.
well, I mean, River killed him because he took his body and escaped the amulet somehow. But which people stated I killed him by accident. But the day I knew, Frost said, "Oh, you can have Arabella. She's yours." I'm like, "Who are you? What have you done with the real Frost?"
Who are you? Who are
Frost
you,
is
you imposter?
like, I'm serious. Like, when I saw him say that, I'm like, "That's not Frost. That can't be. He would never say that."
He would never agree to give me Arabella that easy. He'd probably make me fight to the death for her hand.
I'm not joking. Like,
He made me.
if
He'll make you fight. I
make
can't
you
cast.
fight,
He'll make you fight Caspian to the death for Arabella's. Winner gets to marry Arabella.
yeah,
if Frost
and
never
then
died, that's what would have happened. Winner got to
yeah,
marry Arabella.
Frost would have literally forced Tobias to go through on a perilous journey, possibly even killing him in the process.
You want her? You want her? Too bad. You gotta do like
You want her?
10,000. You gotta do 10,000 things just for me to even consider letting you marry her. And that's not
Exactly.
even.
You gotta
And that's not even me giving you a definitive yes. That's just me saying I'll think about it. Also, can we skip to
exactly,
the
and not
night again,
that.
please?
All right, I made you. I have a lot more cobble now, so you shouldn't worry about
All right,
not having
I should be good with cobble for now.
as intended.
Oh,
And remember the time Frost made me write a whole letter to Arabella, and then threw it out shortly afterwards.
oh yeah, that whole like a wasn't it a letter about like wasn't the letter about like why should I let you date her?
That was the same. That was like the same time
Wait.
when
Wasn't the objective like you had to write a like a paragraph essay as to
you
why
had
you
to
should be
write.
allowed
You
to
have to.
date Arabella?
I should be allowed. So I wrote 20 pages worth. It was a 20-page book explaining why I
And then
could,
Frost
and
was
I
like,
wrote.
"Lol, JK."
And he's like,
Oh
"Okay."
man.
And he's like, "Okay." And then I showed it to you. You were playing as Arabella, and then he threw it away because he was more prideful about showing his son, quote unquote son, which made my character
Nah,
mad.
Frost was just overprotective adopted dad. Like,
She,
it's the worst part is that I'm pretty sure I also started the running joke that I'm pretty sure it was both of us actually. We both started the
yeah, we
running
both started
gag
it.
that Frost was like
It
this
also it started.
overprotective dad. Like
It started.
you know the stereotype.
Yeah, it started the day that the Arabella and Tobias had the date. The ice lackey was the waiter.
Like wait, like guys, imagine if Frost came on right and I lost my shit. I had like a fucking aneurysm in the middle of the call.
You literally had you freaked out when you looked in tab, and I was like,
Because I think Dark sent me like an ominous message being like look in tab, and then I looked in tab and
and then you see that,
he was.
and then Frost was on, and then he just started
Like,
screaming.
he started screaming like, "What are you doing to my daughter?" But Daddy, I love him.
Exactly, it was silly, but also horrifying at the same time because I almost turned into a marketable plushie. Rest of
He almost
this.
turned you into a marketable plushie. It was great. I
Well,
miss, honest to God, I miss Divine Tales. I miss the old Divine Tales.
I do too.
Not whatever's going on nowadays. Like, don't
I
get me
miss the
wrong.
old divine.
I'm sure it's good. I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's not. It's just not my cup of tea. Like don't get me wrong. Like I'm sure the new Divine. I'm sure what they have is good. And this is not me. I'm gonna make this clear because I'm probably gonna put this in here because I like being real with people about like my opinions on things. I'm
you
not.
are very
I am. Hold
real.
on. I'm being. This is serious, Izzy. Hold on, TNT. This is
I
serious.
know.
This is serious, Izzy. So like,
I know.
try to be serious. Try to be serious for like 2 milliseconds. So like,
All right,
I'm
one second.
sure the new Divine Tales is good. I'm not trying to disrespect. Um, I'm not trying to disrespect them in any way. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure they have wonderful ideas, and I still support Divine Tales in their endeavors. But I didn't say this in my announcement video as to why I was leaving. But the biggest true reason to why I was leaving is just simply because I felt like a lot of what made Divine Tales
I
was
feels-
gone. It felt
Yeah.
like in the beginning, maybe I was what changed, just to make it clear. So like maybe it wasn't them, maybe it was me, but a part of the reason um why I was so like into the story at the time was because it felt like it's hard to explain. It really did
Because
feel like, players' actions did in fact affect.
lead to consequences and stuff.
It felt like it truly did affect like what
The
how
story.
the world was shaped and how things played out. Like, if someone did something, it felt like it had consequence. Like, when my character slept with Frankie, it led to the consequence of Amaris getting kidnapped, which thus resulted in that broken of trust between the two of them as well, that Astrid had to earn back.
Or that time Tobias tried to warn MRS about the impending doom that Frost was not Frost because of bad timing.
Pretty much. So like, it felt
And
like
that
it,
wasn't even my
so
fault.
like um it felt like your actions actually affected how things played out. But like as the seasons went on, which I understand could have just been a matter of time and just like so much going on that not even I was aware of when I was in fact a member of the staff. So this is why I'm not bashing them for this,
Of
because
course.
there's so many factors that could have gone into play that I and in TNT are just simply unaware of.
Yeah.
But it just felt like everything was more scripted, more
Competitive.
overcomplicated. And yeah, it just felt like it became more competitive too.
Yeah, that's
Because
why I mentioned that in the Divine Tales, thing, saying that I feel like everything got too competitive and it became a humongous Cold War for power and then greed and stuff, which I felt like it didn't really meet up with the story's, origin aspect of, picking a
which
side. And
then, because there was still that small aspect of like the people's actions affected the outcome, it always felt like the bad guys were getting more because
more slack.
people were being selfish, people were being which again, I don't blame staff for this, because this is stuff that was out of their control. I want to make this
And
clear.
everybody different, too.
Like, I'll admit, I had my moment of like where I just went into selfish mode and got something for my own gain. But but the reason why I did it, which I'm sure was the same for other people. So this is why I'm walking on a very fine line and putting a lot of disclaimers each time I say something. But
Yeah.
the reason why I did it, and mind you, was also only the one instance, was because it made sense for my character by that point. She's lost everything because of people's greed, because of people's selfishness. So in that moment, she asked for what she desired most as a broken, emotionally vulnerable person that just wanted to stop losing everything she loved and cared about.
Exactly.
So
And with
therefore,
Tobias,
that's why she
sorry.
asked for power. Not because she wanted to use it in a selfish manner, not because she wanted to bring Kudor back from the dead and have it rule the entirety of Alira, which some people want. I'm not going to say names.
Yeah, I can already
Don't
name a
say their
few.
names.
I'm not even gonna say. I'm
Don't
just saying
name
I could
names.
name.
Just like we both know who we're talking about. We don't need to drag people in the mud.
Yeah.
Like, I had a story reason for wanting to have Astrid be this way, and it made sense. She wanted that power. She wanted that strength because she wanted to stop losing everything and everyone she cared about. But ultimately, my own mental health and life got in the way, so the story never really played out the way I wanted it to. Which, again, not Staff's fault. That was my own. So that's why Divine Tales content for season 2 was non-existent. Aside from like maybe 2 live streams in a video.
I will never forget that one live stream or episode you did with Divine Tells with Bob. You screamed that one part. It was funny, but also loud. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I was still learning how to do audio at the
Yeah,
time. All right.
I won't forget that.